Alright, everybody, welcome back to the Craftverse series, episode 395. And today, I am proud to say, the Nether Hub is officially done. Between the walls, and the ceilings, and the floors, and the pathways, and restructuring all the portals, it's been several days worth of IRL work. Yeah, I was not packing that into 4 episodes. It was just not. So, you might notice the days played counter has jumped like 100+ days since our last episode. That's because of how much work it took to do this. Let's take a brief look. Now, at first glance, it might just look like netherrack, but I can assure you it's not. I can prove it. If we come over here, I haven't changed out any of the areas that are not enshrouded in our new walls, so you have a guaranteed comparison shot. This is left open, so one, I can access the areas over there and potentially decide to build new portals, but also for things like this, to show this is what the hub's supposed to look like, and this is what the outside of the hub looks like. Anyone who has been in the Nether for more than 5 minutes knows netherrack doesn't look like this. We also have the comparison shot right here. But I went ahead and added all of the stairs wrapping around all of the builds, all the walls. I added in a couple bits of polished cinnabar after swapping all of this out for regular cinnabar, which took for absolute ever to do. But essentially around all of these little rings, we have a slightly thinner conjunction spot because of all these additional stairs. Otherwise, it would look pretty much on par with this. But I have gotten every single wall that has the new sulfur blocks on it. All the way up to here. I went all the way down this hallway to the ice boat path. Wrapped all the way around all these little pathways. And these actually weren't that bad. It was when I got to the much longer hallways down on the other side between Mangrove Tower and the new sulfur biome that it became dangerous because there was a ton of lava. Thankfully, I do have my enchanted golden apple stack. Who is the shovel commands? Alright, so we're going to ignore the home base for now. And where is my... Okay, there's the nether tower, so I need to go out from the visage portal. I've already done a full walk around. Before I changed everything, I've just fully updated the entire nether hub, and as far as I'm concerned, there is only 2 things that need to be done before it is perfect. And that is adding a couple more signs and making sure they have the glow ink. And is it raining again? 2 episodes in a row. Come on. This is just silly. Also, I made a discovery on the creative copy of the world, and I'm going to come up here and verify that it is actually that way on the real realm. Yes, I do still have both of my shulkies, and they are still duplicating as we just saw on this side. This side I only have one shulky, and he is not wanting to cooperate. This is peaceful mode, but they are nicknamed, So I'm not entirely sure why they're not dying and staying dead, but I'm not going to complain. I do want to double check real quick. How are we doing on shells? Okay. That's not terrible. And on this side, we have absolutely nothing. Because that side just doesn't seem to want to work. But this side is still working pretty well. We have an entire shulker box worth in there as is. This is the up. I have to go out to down. Just a reminder to those who weren't here when I built this, that this area does actually function. Man, it's been a minute since I used this elevator. It looks trippy from in here. Quickly check on our wool stonks. Not a great deal on this side. Let's check the more medium. Okay, not really that much. The side I've actually been using has a decent amount of things. We're good on arrows for absolute sure. Redstone's okay. Decent on string. The rest of it's just kind of mid. We're not going to have any spawns because I've been on peaceful for so long, so I'm not too concerned with that. It seems like a lifetime ago that I was stuck on this island without ever actually having anything over there. And now I spend all my time on that side. Ever since this crossroad of installing my visage, we have made great strides. Like I installed this, built in the Eagle Tower, built the Nether Tower, started filling in this area, upgraded my pond over there, added a bunch of tribute items, built the Mega Duper, couple variations of a house that I had gotten from Blockicle that I have added my own little adjustments to here and there, and then palette swapped for various dimensions. Yeah, this... How did you spawn all the way down there? Anyway, yeah. And now we're venturing out to this island, which is even further over. Not to mention the hole that's in here. So I am going to pop this open. Because that's part one of what we need to do. And then I need to go 595 and 596. So these two right here, but 725 and 726. So this square right here. Hmm. Yep, this is the correct spot. Dead center. Just verify real quick before I start digging. I'm going to preemptively grab another pick because I'm going to need it. We'll grab some of these because we're going to need it. All right, and because there's absolutely nothing in the way here, we can just dig straight down. I'm going to go ahead and install that beacon I mentioned in the last episode. It's just going to be a bit of a dig. So I need to bring this down to -55. Sometimes you end up going downhill where you don't expect to. Think you're on the line, and then you end up being just over it and dropping down with the blocks. This is the fastest way I can do this, so that's what we're going to go ahead and get out of the way. I'm going to be putting jump boost, resistance, probably strength for when this turns off of peaceful mode. And I'll just put regen, I guess, for the last power. Because I don't really want haste in the middle of the visage area. Someone's bound to break stuff. As I said in the previous episode, my intention is to make this a world download by episode 400, which leaves us only 5 episodes to make significant progress. And I'm working on it. You saw the Nether Hub. It's more or less 100%, which basically translates to about 95.6%. We have reached the deep slate. At a certain point, there's going to be an opening in the wall here, and I'd like to patch that up as I go. Deep slate. I'm not thinking that something's gonna fall down at me, but I would rather not take the chance. And once I get all of this in, I'll go grab some glass from my mega storage and pop that in on the top. I'm gonna probably go orange so it melds nicely with the rest of the map. Doesn't change it. Where is this? There it is. Found it. There's a cave in here. Make sure I dig out the square I need to be in so I don't fill this in incorrectly. That'll do. That's the only hole there was in here, so the rest of this is just digging the rest of the way down. Alright, we're at 40. Not sure how I didn't fall down there. I must have been just 1 foot over the ledge. Here we go. Let's pop some of this in here. Don't care about any of that nonsense. Pick up the rest of this so it's out of the way. Move that so it's out of the way. Now, they are going to have to sit right here, which means I need to break not only these, but the layer right here. Actually, they sit right there, so this layer's got to go too. Because they sit in the center. I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have a 6 by 6. Ah. Well, that's just going to look a little off. It's not really going to be seen, so it's fine. It does still bug my OCD, though. I don't even have haste at the moment, so there's no reason for me to be double tapping things. Get out. Okay, so layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, and this is layer 4 that I'm standing on. Because bedrock. I'm not going to fight with potentially blowing that up with how much bedrock is down here because I have some water elevators. I don't need explosives in this particular area. Not to mention all the things that are in the shulkers out there. There's tons of items that would cause lag. And as we've already established, item lag has been debilitating. So I'd rather not make it too much worse. Plus, I've never actually broken Bedrock before without using an add-on or creative mode. These are cobble deep slate. Get some of this regular silk-touched stuff out of here. Okay. Now it's time to fill in the hole. That did not switch like it was supposed to. There we go. bottom layer. Yes, because of my mega duping, I can afford all of these netherite blocks for beacons. I'm also going to be using netherite ingots in order to start them. Three, two, and base layer. I grabbed just a bit too much, but that's fine. Number one is going to be speed, and we're going to have... yeah, we'll do speed 2. Jump boost, secondary power with regen. And then this will be strength. Now that is a nice new beacon list. Don't need to have too much jump boost, I don't think. It's not like it's going to show off right in here. But I need to go get some glass. I need 4 orange and 4 regular. Means I can now run faster than the horsies. Until about here, I think. Well, I will still be needing some... No, I have some of that downstairs. Should be good. Do I not have a regular shulker of that out? I guess I do not. Now, let's plop that there. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the bottom. And then orange will be... oh no. Ah! Didn't mean to do that, but I can craft that back up. Didn't even select haste, so that shouldn't have been a thing. So we're going to put you right there. But I did see there was already 4. So grab that. Now we go back out. That way, whoever comes up here to see the beacons is not going to fall in and potentially get stuck. And we have our orange. Is this jump boost enough to get up here? Oh, I do need jump boost too. Well, it's a good thing I have some extra netherite ingots on me. I can fix that. So I have to go down there anyway and put those 4 glass blocks down. So jump boost 2 in order to jump on top of those is important. So I'll probably get rid of speed. Well, it'll still have speed. It just won't be the secondary speed, which is fine. I don't need to be that fast. It's a pretty tight-knit area. Which one was speed? No? Yeah. So we're going to make you that. And then the last one was jump boost, which I need to have jump boost 2. And we'll just go ahead and do this. That way we are fine. Nice. Now this is only for people who have wings. But this, I think, is worth it. Because this gives me a lot of thumbnail potential and I don't have to build around it. This looks pretty good. Pretty good indeed. If I didn't have so much lag over there from entities, I would have considered actually putting animals in those pens, but that is what those pens are for. I still have to figure out what I want to put on the edges of that. And my one regret is that this area over here cannot connect from that to that road. It is a block off in the wrong kind of ways. These are just going to have to be separate islands. I could probably put something over here. Just have to figure out what. And if it ends up being an even number build, that could be even better because I might actually be able to still link that with here. Just call that the intended purpose. But that, I think, is going to do it for today's episode. We've got our beacon installed. I showed off the Nether Hub updates. Nice progress. Bit by bit, we're getting there. I'm also going to finally fill these in with carrots and wheat because it's just bugging me that it's not done. See y'all in the next episode when we have functional farmland. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out. Please.